Hello viewers and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much again for staying on, and for those of you who've been giving me support, I really appreciate. It's we're still growing in numbers. As I told you, I wrote, I think I'm going to have written it in the description of the video. When I check the analytics, I can see I have 45 to 60-year-olds watching my channel. I'm glad for that because those are my peers. And then I noticed that I have up to 1,000 or more than 1,000 people watching my channel in the past 28 days, but only 12 bothered to subscribe. So I'm urging you, please, as I start this channel, thank you so much for subscribing. Those of you who have subscribed, those of you who are continuously watching, I appreciate very much. Those of you who are new, my name is Josephine or Mama Gigi. I'm a social worker, community social worker. Some of you may know me from different organizations that I've worked for within Kenya or Uganda over the years. And so I welcome you to my channel. I have since retired from employment. I'm self-employed, running a community-based organization, and I do activism. I also do community work. So in between contracts in my own personal work, and then of course I'm a house mother. So I keep myself busy. That is all I can say. I don't focus so much on the money as much as on keeping myself busy for my age. I'm also a HIV awareness advocate. I've been living with HIV now for more than 5 years, close to 7 years. And I advocate for openness, revealing to friends, to family, in order to keep them safe and also to keep yourself safe. I'm maintaining an undetectable is untransmittable status, U equals U status. And so, sometimes I go to places and people are like, Josephine, you're lying. You don't have HIV. I do have HIV. I take my ARVs every day. I eat healthy. I walk healthy. That's why I'm very, very particular about eating fresh food, about not taking medication randomly because I have a headache or a stomachache. Using the natural, as much as possible, natural ways to combat small sicknesses and small ailments that I get, and then also living a very healthy lifestyle. So welcome to my channel. Thank you very much for those who have subscribed, those who are watching. Even if you are watching and not subscribing, I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Some of you I know are in corporate world, and I know people in the corporate world, especially if you're in senior positions, you'll normally not want to be seen, to be visibly immersed in following, just entertainment channels. But feel free, please. You can get pseudonyms, you can get, or you can just follow me as you like, that as you are. And then that way, that will boost the confidence of some other people. Because I know some of you are such great influencers. Some of you, my friends who are in the corporate world, you're such great influencers. And people just seeing that, this person is following Josephine, might be the impetus that they need to get to follow me. So my grandson left yesterday. He's been keeping me busy. And it was so lovely having him here. One of the main reasons I had him here is because they live in, those of you who know Nairobi, they live in the upper level as to get into the Rift Valley. It's very cold, and so Ruai is very warm. We are at a lower altitude, and having him here, even as I was weaning him, because he's just gotten to an age where he's eating, was very detrimental for his health and his growth. And of course, as a grandmother, any excuse to have him here is a good excuse. So he's left and I'm back alone. I'll openly also say this because I'm not a person, like I keep saying, I'm not a person who keeps secrets, so many secrets. I'm looking for love in my life. I need to find a partner. I've had life partners before. I've been in relationships, lasting relationships, loving relationships. And I'm at that point in my life where I've established myself as a parent, as a sister, as a woman, and I'm lonely. It's something that is very difficult for some people to say, and it is maybe very un-African for women to come out and say I'm lonely, but I am lonely. I'd like someone to come into my life, to share my remaining glories with, for the life that is remaining, to share my joys with, to wake up to cheer one another up, to uplift one another, to live life together, get new experiences together, tour places together. If it's community work, do it together where possible. If it's family affairs, handle them together. Go for weddings together, funerals together, sit in church together. I need so much I need somebody in my life. And I'm in the process of actively looking for that person. I've gone on to online dating, and people. Grown-ups are no longer what grown-ups used to be. Because of course I'm looking for men, and I'm talking to men and dating men. People have become mannerless, have become wild, have become heartless, have become animal beasts, ruthless, wild, liars, fake. When somebody meets somebody good online and starts a good relationship, please consider yourself lucky. Consider yourself lucky. We think scammers are only the people who scam you out of money. No. Even your emotional input is an investment. And there are men and women alike, but I can't talk for women because I don't date women. There are men out there who are into the dating scene. Either they've come in as narcissists, they've come in as people that have been hurt, injured in previous relationships and want to revenge. There are people who just want to revenge for the heck of it. Maybe they've been ignored by women for so many years. Others, maybe they've been leading pseudo lives and they don't know how to correct themselves, and so they are hurting and they want to hurt everybody in their path. And so they know how to lure you to pretend that they're what you need, to get you in your life, to have you invest in liking them and being revealing such intimate things with them. And then all of a sudden they start showing their true colors. What is called now red flags. They don't show their true colors, but you start seeing things that don't add up. And immediately you know that's a scammer. Scammers come in so many forms. And like so many other people, I'm not one of the lucky ones. I've come across people, and it's very hurtful. It's very, very painful. At my age, coming to 60, it is so ashamed to meet men who are playing with emotions, who are playing on the internet, who want to lead you on, and it's a person you've never met who lives across the world, but they want to act funny. Actually, it's boyish behavior. It's bad boy behavior, and I'm like, a whole me. Somebody's going to try to play boyish games with me, and then you're like, I'm already into this. I've invested so much already. I'm so vulnerable. And then you find out that this is a scammer you've been talking to, and it hurts so much. It hurts so much. And I'm so grateful. There are so many people who are out there online giving advice, how to see the red flags, what to stand for, what not to stand for, what to run away from. Because you get fooled. Where emotions are concerned, it's not ever a 1, 2, 3 straightforward line. Anybody could be fooled. Anybody could be conned. Anybody could be coerced into thinking that the other person is just the person they've been dreaming about. And these are people who look out for their vulnerability in you because you're lonely, and because you're looking for attachment, because you're looking for a relationship, because you're looking for friendship. And so they are people that have practiced and perfected the art of deception. And so I pray for everybody who's into online dating that you meet genuine people, that you meet people who are similar, who have similar likes as you do. Let it be that you disagree on principle. You're not the type of person I want because you don't agree on this and you don't agree on this. But let it not be that you are conned by somebody who played with your emotions, and all the time they knew very well that they did not want a relationship with you, but maybe they just want to see how much can I hurt this person, how can I lure this person to get so attached to me so that I can boast about it to my friends, or so that I can play, show how I'm playing with this person and they're really believing in me. Because I believe that's a kind of monster that is out there in the dating scene. And constantly we have to put prayer into this. We have to put all the wisdom that you can, and more and more. At first I used to, rubbish the advice that people are giving online, but now I found it to be so important. I listen keenly to what people are saying. If somebody is behaving this way and this way and this way, so if I'm looking for a man, I listen to what the men are saying. If you want to realize that a man is playing with you, this is what I'll do. If I'm interested in you, this is what I'll do. If I'm doing this, just know that I'm playing with your heart. And maybe it's come a little too late when I've burnt my fingers, not once, not twice, but I'll not give up, because I believe there are still good people out there who are looking for somebody like me. there's somebody out there who's as lonely as I am, who has only also undergone this, who is also afraid of undergoing this. And at one point, fate is going to make us meet together. So welcome to my channel. For today, you know me, I can yap. And I realized I talk very fast. I've been told that I tried to go for a radio audition one time with my friend Tabitha. Hi Tabby, wherever you are. And she did tell me the same thing. You speak too fast. But I've been in sales and marketing all my life. And it has mattered if I got a sale or not, depending on how fast I spoke and gave my point clearly and concisely. But now I'm selling something different. I'm selling my life, my lifestyle. I'm selling my very ordinary but different life. So I'm going to teach myself how to speak slowly. So welcome to my channel. Please remember to like and subscribe, to leave a comment. And if possible, if you know me from somewhere and you'd like us to reconnect, say a hello and drop your number down below in the comment section. Karibuni. I wasn't able to do much video taking again, and so I'm on my way now to the hair salon. I've been having visitors the whole morning and it is so hot. Every time I keep on getting people to come and do the garden, to do the planting, then they don't come because I don't know because what. Either we disagree about the money or because they want me to call and confirm. I think once I tell somebody, you're going to come and do a certain job for me, the onus is upon you to ask how much will you be paying, so that we can agree or not agree. But some either assume I'm not going to pay enough, or assume I might have gotten someone else because I'm in contact with so many people. I don't know what. But either way, once you don't come on a day we've agreed, I don't commission you again. I just look for somebody else. And what I normally do if I've done this twice, because this is the second time I'm getting let down, I'll just do it myself. I'll wake up early, even if not very early, and I'll do it myself. Because one thing about me is that most of the jobs I give, I just give to assist people. It's not that I cannot do them. And I think I'm also short-tempered. I mean, I don't really suffer fools gladly, very easily. Yeah, that's one true thing about me. I didn't carry the gimbal because I'm also limiting how often I'm around with it in these deserted streets. My phone is different, but with the gimbal, no, I'll just be limiting how much often I am with it in the local area, because a lot of times I'm walking. You can see the streets I'm walking. I've come alone except for meeting two small children. I've just come alone. So yeah, I have to be careful. So yes, if I don't, because now it's already afternoon, nobody's going to come for the job. So that means after tomorrow, where I'm going to make my hair, I'll also look and see if I might find one of the people who's ever worked for me in the past. And then another thing about me, I think, which also makes people fear to come even when they've committed, I'm very critical. If I'm paying you for it, you're going to do it well. And if you don't, I'm going to tell you. I'll not fail to pay you, but I'm going to tell you that you didn't do it well. Oh yes, why not? Because there are a lot of people who do some lackluster job, knowing that, she has money, she'll pay whichever way we do it. And so they'll do a shoddy job. So I'm very careful to tell people before you start, this is what I expect. And to tell them your payment will also depend on what you're doing. Because some people will even come and do their job halfway, claim something. People do take you a lot for granted if they know that you've been, either you're a bit blessed or you've been helping the community or you're soft in any way. And I don't like to be taken for granted at all. So, yeah, once in a while, some people will try to be absolutely mean and selfish and rude and assuming, and they'll do the job partially but expect full payment. It's not going to happen with me. I'll tell you about it and I'll measure the work and I'll retain something, because that means that I have to get someone to do the job again. By passing my cousin's place as I go to the salon, normally what happens, because when the little king was here, we had to have food on standby at every moment, not just for him, but also for me and the nanny. And especially the nanny, because she's young, she has to feed well and everything. Me, I'm already watching my weight. And as is custom for me, I don't keep a lot of food in the house. And so when I've been having guests and there's been a lot of food, I'm trying to dispose of it as quickly as possible, what can be refrigerated, because I don't keep my fridge on. Except when I have guests. No, I don't. I eat a lot of fresh food, and even if I have food that needs storage, it is food that is not going to spoil overnight. It's not going to spoil in 2 days, like githeri, which I can reheat. Oh my goodness, poor person. I wonder if they are aware their fence has fallen down. I think this is due to the wind. And then here we also have termites. In Ruai we have termites a lot, so sometimes they eat into the poles. This one might be cows. This one, the fence leaning. I mean, the fence has even been cut. That one is probably Maasais who had come to feed their cattle, and then they cut the fence so that they could have them eat the maize stalks. It seems they had also done the same here, and the owner discovered, and then he has covered the opening with the kind of cuttings from trees. Yeah, that's how much of a nuisance the Maasais can be with their cattle. Once it starts getting a bit dry, even if it rains now, it hasn't rained for months. So it's very dry actually. There's little feed for the cattle. So anywhere they find some maize stalks, they'll be likely to get in and feed them forcibly without the owner's permission. I've already removed my hair, and it's flat right now because I've oiled it, and I had a shower cap on so that I could what do you call it? I could treat it. I oil it and put it in a steam it, because I had already washed about a week back. No, less than a week. I had washed it after I went to the animal park. So I oiled it again so that I don't oil right before I get plated, and then I steamed it so that it can absorb into the scalp, and by the time I get my hair made, it won't pull and be so hard because the oil will penetrate. That's something that I normally do. You can see some people like this one, he's already prepared his land in readiness for planting crops. It's already tilled. This was probably tilled with a tractor. Yeah, that turns the soil very well. And then once it lies fallow for about a month, the minerals will have been turned up, and the soil will have killed off any excess insects and unwanted weeds. Yeah, that's how it is. The place I'm going to, where my cousin lives, this is neighboring the home where I used to live before. So this is very home ground for me. This is my locale, my former locale, and working here brings so many memories. I mean, we lived here for all the years until we built our own home, and this is where I have most solid connections with the people who stayed there, because we grew together as we were starting our homes here in Ruai, as we were bringing up the kids who are now working class. But right then, we all had children in primary or secondary. My son was in secondary, but he just got into secondary when we moved here. So yeah, this is home away from home. It's still within the same area, about 3 or so kilometers away or less. I don't know how to measure very well with kilometers as much as meters, but yeah, I guess it's just about that. And then I've been finding so much problem editing because I'm not able to access some videos in CapCut. But my daughter, when she came, she told me there's a gadget I need, because I can't fix the phone directly onto the laptop. And I thought the gadget was something like under 1,000 shillings. That's under $10. But she told me it's about $40. $40 is not money that I can just fork out in an instant right now. So there's going to be a bit of a delay in posting the video about my trip to the animal orphanage. But once I get that gadget, I'll be able to, because I cannot do a half video. I must have all the photographs together. I know how I've positioned to have the whole vlog, and I'll either do all of it or not do it at all. I don't want to take half measures. So immediately it's out, I'll let you know. But what I'm doing is that in the meantime, rather than just wait, I'll keep on posting other videos that are ready, so that I don't leave the channel hanging without content. Yeah, let me see if I'm going to. Is the door open? I normally peep in when I reach my cousin's place to find out if she's there or not. It seems that they are not in, so I'll just proceed to go to the salon and to bypass seeing somebody else who's just around that place. Yeah, so I used to live on this street, and oh my goodness, there are so many memories of stuff that has happened here. This used to be my neighbors, nice neighbors. We've come years with them. Children who are toddlers are now in secondary school. Some have finished school. Oh, what a memory. This used to be a whole open space in this plot and this neighboring plot. All the plots, both of the plots were all empty. So this used to be our shortcut. We'd pass right through. Now when I come and I see walls that are up, wow, I'm like, yeah, there's been development. This used to be the neighboring plot, and it was also empty. And then there was a temporary semi-permanent house. It was just one room built as small as a toilet, and there was a skull of a dog inside. And then it used to rattle at night, and I would be so scared, because even these two homes had not been built, so the wind would come all the way, shoosh. All this was empty space, and then rattle that one standalone, semi-permanent, ramshackled house that had the skull of a dog inside. And I'd be so scared at night, because I'd be alone, and all the other neighboring. It's been a walk getting to where I am now. And the beauty of it is that I've persevered, and perseverance pays. Oh, the beautiful sun. But I can't walk facing back. Yeah, I might fall. Yeah, perseverance pays. This was the next neighbor that we had. This one with a bougainvillea fence and kayaba. What is it called? Something farm. Yeah. So at night, by 9 o'clock, we'd be in bed. We'd have shut the house. We also lived in a semi-permanent house. We'd have shut the house, locked up, gone to bed, and then you'd just be listening out. Sometimes you'd hear drunk people walking by, shouting at the top of their voices. Sometimes you'd hear people screaming, and you'd know probably there's a robbery somewhere. Sometimes I'd hear something creeping on top of the roof, and my imagination would run wild. I'd not even think it was a cat, because you could feel the weight on the iron sheet roofing was heavy, like a person, but you could feel it had paws. So I'd know that it was. What would you think if it was you? I'd know that is a cat, but it's a huge cat the size of a dog. And when I tried to tell the neighbors around, or to complain to the landlord, they'd be like, no, you're so paranoid. Yes, I'm paranoid, but that time the expanse of the plots that were uninhabited here was so many, stretching for miles, kilometers. There were very many. So there is a possibility that there might have been, I don't know what, maybe just some of these big wild cats. I won't talk about any of the really, really larger ones, but obviously whatever it was that used to climb on top of the roof was very big, was quite heavy, almost the size of a dog. And and it would be creeping, and I would be like, it's as if it's smelling me, and it's trying to see if it can go in. I can assure you those are days when I was so afraid. Yeah, but that would just happen once in a while. But then when holidays came in, and when I had drunkards passing, that would be my saving grace. I'd be so happy, because I'd say, if there's anything there, their shouts and the fact that they normally walk in a group of 2 or 3. And that reassures me that there are men around. Because for a while, the main house, while I was in the temporary house, there was a main house in the compound. It was uninhabited. Sometimes there was somebody inside, but it was the woman. The man was away drinking. So I knew in the compound were only women. Even if I screamed, the other woman could barely help me. She was younger, she had children. But I'm glad I persevered. So I've come to the main road leading right up to where the salon is. I'll be at the salon in a minute. I can't say I've done a lot today apart from hosting the guests, because I'm still feeling lethargic. So tired. And when I'm holding on to something I want to do and it's not happening, it causes me further lethargy. Because I really want that garden to be tended. And if it's not tended, since it's not tended even by now, and that's over 6 days, going to a week since I first started wanting to do it, I may just shelf the whole idea and do something else that is going to be more beneficial for me. Okay, I've finished, and as usual, it's very smart. It's looking nice. There's still continued improvement. So we're just going to keep on coming here. I still have a few more months. This is going to continue until February, and then in February we're going to see if we can now start doing extensions. I'm done from the salon. I've finished. I'm headed back home. I just left throughout. I think I had a heavy lunch, and I'm still feeling very lethargic. It's going to take me a while, I think, to start feeling strong. And I'm also not used to coming out a lot, because I've been sitting in the house for very long, having the baby in the house. So my body is not regulated to working properly yet. So yeah, I feel very lethargic. If I eat well and then it's in the afternoon and I'm not busy. But I'm going to start this coming out while I'm doing my community work and then doing things around the estate is going to help me to get back to my usual self. You know, the more you exercise, the more light you feel. And then the more you sit down, the more lethargic you feel. So I've taken a certain route so that I can face the sun. Oh gosh. I had ugali for lunch. Ugali makes you feel so heavy. So I've slept throughout when I was getting plated. Yeah. But yeah, the work is going to do me good, because this one has also done the snake plant. So this further inhibits animals from getting into your compound. You see, he has a thorn plant, and then the snake plant. So, and then the other big fence is also thorn. So that fence is triple protected. Yeah, which is very good for security of that place. Oh, right now I cannot even enjoy the sun so much, because all I'm thinking about is the heaviness that I'm feeling. I'm feeling very, very, very heavy. Oh goodness. Yeah, I really need to do a lot of exercise to come out more, to walk more. This is how I want to grow the fence in between the trees at my house. This mixed color flower, but it's the one that I keep on telling you has given me so many problems. I keep on planting it. It doesn't grow. It doesn't catch well. The ones I planted, I think almost all of them died. It's a mixture of the attention I give, the sun I've given, because they require a lot of watering in our dry area with clay soil. By the time they root, and I usually just do my own cuttings. So I think I need to make a heavy investment of about $50. Yeah. So that I buy very many of them, the ones which are already potted, which have already rooted, and they're a bit big, so that I come and plant them and then I water them frequently because mine fail to root. Yeah, that's the thing. It's not just about planting them into the ground. They fail to root, but I'll keep on being persistent because yeah, it's up to me. It's not, there's nobody else that I'm waiting for to come and do it for me. You see, people are tilling lands, clearing up, making compounds look good. That's the ongoing work right now. Yeah. And very soon, this place, once it is planted, it's going to look so fresh, so nice, so beautiful. This one has, I can see there's a foundation in the middle, so he's digging just all around. So for those of you who've been watching Kenyan YouTubers, I don't know that you noticed like me, I am so impressed. Like young couples, young women, especially women, I must applaud the women very much. Women on YouTube, just cooking, ordinary cooking. I cannot say, there's a bit of extraordinary, but usually it's just ordinary cooking on a 3-stone fireplace. And they're making waves on the internet. And the good thing for me is not just the cooking, it's not the effort they're putting. It's what they're doing with their earnings. They're developing villages. They're developing regions. They're developing homes beyond the wildest dreams of the residents. I'm so proud of that. The Kenyan women who are up country, who have somehow gotten onto YouTube, whether it's through their own initiative or whether it is through the assistance of other people, I'm so grateful to see they come from semi-permanent shacks. I can call them shacks because some of them are really in vulnerable positions, situations. And then you see them slowly improving, and within no time you see them constructing, putting up water tanks, buying clothing for the children, for their men, buying utensils, and I'm so proud of that. So YouTube is making a very big change to ordinary life in Kenya. Yeah, so like I told you, on my way back, I went looking for someone to come and make the compound. I had had some people sort of volunteering to come, but it's people that I've not worked with before, ladies. And though I'd like to give to be gender sensitive when dividing the work, but this is when it's fresh digging so that I can plant. I like for the garden to be extremely clean, extremely well done, and I trust a man that whom I've seen his work elsewhere, having done it before. So I've elected to have this person, the same person who did my fence the other day, because he did a very good job. So he's going to come in very early tomorrow, because besides that I was just going to do the digging of the holes and plant without actual digging of the whole compound. So he'll do that instead. And yes, I was talking about how YouTube has assisted people in growing, in getting financial freedom and economic empowerment, and also socio-economic development. Even me, as you see me here, it's not that I'm so poorly placed socially or economically in life, but I appreciate and I admit that I could do with some money. I'm not in YouTube only to entertain. I'm also here to look for some financial empowerment. Yes, that's why I want those numbers. Truth be told. So it is the same with people all over, even in the Western world, people who are earning, people who are on YouTube. It's a platform to make yourself money. And that's why I take it with seriousness. And that's why I invest in making sure that I give quality content, that I give upliftment, that I give advice, that I give encouragement, that I give factual, as much as is possible. I give factual information, and I give opinions that are as encouraging as possible, and that don't border on abuse, that do not border in outright condemnation without offering solutions or suggestions of solutions. Yes, because ultimately also another thing I remember very well is that the internet does not forget. And so a lot of these things, almost I can say everything that is being posted, somebody somewhere keeps it. or some system somewhere keeps it. And so I wouldn't like that in 5 years something is picked up from the internet and you're being asked, so what's your opinion right now, you're standing in life now, and in consideration of this thing that you said at that time or not. Let it be that if there is an apology, it is apology that is well understood and well appreciated, that you made a negligible mistake, but not somewhere where it was intentional. It was intentional that you went out of your way to go and dispute things without bothering to find out what the real truth was, or that you are being malicious. And so I'll continue creating content, trying my very best to give what is good, and at the same time I'll keep on reaching out so that I can get the numbers. The numbers are very important. This is the badness of not carrying the gimbal. Because I didn't carry the gimbal, my hand is getting tired, and this side doesn't have as good sunlight as this, so let me keep it here for your sake and as well as mine. So yes, so a lot of appreciation. I've purposely taken to watching Kenyan YouTubers for this month and seeing the development, especially for women who are up country. And wow, I am so amazed and I am so impressed. I first noticed the biggest change with the people of Nyabahonse village, who continue to amaze me every day, and a big shout out to them because they are doing it collectively. The rest of the people are doing it in bits, one here, one there, one there. But how nice if we could collectively start uplifting one another in areas, in villages, in estates, in townships, so that if one YouTuber is succeeding in what they're doing, content creation, then another one, they can uplift another one to rise up and do the same, and the next one can uplift another one. And if we do joint assistance, then it can be very easy for the ones who are more experienced to uplift those who are coming up, the novices, so that everybody is almost at par at some point, and they're giving different types of content, but positively giving a real rundown of what talents, what abilities, what different capabilities and goings on that are happening in Kenyan estates, in Kenyan villages, in places across the country, portraying it to the world and portraying it in a positive and visible manner. So I'm about to get home, and I have all the work that's waiting for me that needs clearing, because tomorrow again, if the person who's coming to tend to the garden, I'm going to need to supervise them. So I'll need to have as much free time as possible, and I'll need to come out again to do a social visit of a person that I've been told about, a lady who's ailing and also has a daughter who did very well in school, but I'm told that the child now is selling vegetables, was not able to go on to university, and it might be just a question of advice because the child had also lost the father within the year. So yes, I'll close off, I think, this vlog here. Thank you very much. Please like and subscribe. Keep on watching, and from wherever you are, I wish you well. May God bless, guide and protect you.